Hey y'all, so today I'm going to be reacting to a video that's showing a guy who scammed people out of $22 million in investments for NFTs. I don't know if you guys know anything about it. Some people probably don't, but those who know. A few years ago, NFTs was like the hottest thing. Everybody was talking about them. You seen people talking about them everywhere online. People was investing in them. People were buying them, and there were people who was making NFTs. So this guy found a way to scam people. So I'm gonna react to this video. I'm gonna turn it on, and y'all already know I'm gonna react to it.
This alpha male influencer just destroyed his life as he's now facing decades in prison, all while being a guru and essentially telling people how to live life.
Guys, I'm 21 years old. I own a hedge fund. I own 3 businesses. I have to manage my 1% chat. I have to manage all this stuff, and I still don't get stressed. You guys have one little bad thing happen, or someone said something to you on the internet and you have a bad day. Your problems are not that big of a deal.
Well, his are, as he's now facing 20 years in prison for wire fraud, conspiracy, and stalking. So this is Gavin Mayo, and he's made a fortune off of NFT projects because about in 2021, he launched a bunch of questionable NFT projects that had some pretty fat promises, promising some fat gains. And this attracted some degenerate investors, and here we go. They're left with not too much, and he's worth multiple millions of dollars.
That's correct.
Sadly, that's kind of a common theme in that industry. But obviously, this guy must be a solid and credible and honest businessman, right? Well,
2 local men are charged with defrauding investors out of more than $22 million in cryptocurrency. Prosecutors say 23-year-old Gabriel Hay of Beverly Hills and 23-year-old Gavin Mayo of Thousand Oaks engaged in rug pulls. That's when the creator of an NFT or other digital asset solicits people to invest in the project only to abruptly drop the project and keep the money. The defendants also face a stalking charge for allegedly harassing and intimidating a project manager who exposed them.
apparently there's just a massive disconnect in how he told the world he makes money and how he actually makes his money, which is also extremely common with these guys. But Gavin Mayo rose to fame off of launching a bunch of NFT projects back in 2021, which now the authorities are calling scams. And obviously his success was also short-lived because he was arrested on December 19th for wire fraud, conspiracy, and stalking. But the dude is only 23 years old. So what did he do to gain $22 million? Because no matter how you look at $22 million, that is a metric ton of money. So my question, like everyone else, is who in their right mind is sending this guy their hard-earned cash? Well, apparently he started on TikTok, just like so many other grifters. And he has been found throughout the platform giving advice on crypto and how to live your life as a successful businessman.
Sit like this for 2 minutes. That is actually proven to increase testosterone. If you're smoking a cigar and you feel like a G, like a mafia boss, you got it in your hand like this, there's nothing better than smoking a cigar in a Lambo, let me tell you. When I'm sitting back, smoking in my Lambo, driving, everyone's looking at me, I think, yeah, that increases my testosterone because I feel like a beast.
Hell yeah. This is what I want to invest money with.
Right.
I mean, the dude is even using the same background music as all these Andrew Tate videos. But before he was an alpha male influencer and alleged scam artist, Gavin Mayo was actually a UNC swimmer, and he was actually set to graduate in 2024. But he dropped out because he had different plans, like making $22 million in JPEGs. Trade offer. Here's this squiggly JPEG, and in return, you give me $22 million. What a fair trade, man. And I get
Man, look, the NFT, what he just showed, if he was scamming people with that, in my opinion, they wanted to get scammed. And it's crazy because if you somebody who know a little bit about NFTs, I see NFTs that was selling that wasn't even that good, and they were selling for so much money. It was so many people buying NFTs back then and investing in them. I haven't heard anybody say anything about them lately, so I don't even know what's going on with NFTs anymore. But I see NFTs that wasn't even that good, and I still to this day don't understand what the hype was over NFTs. I never did get that part. but I could not understand it. And yeah, this guy, he scammed. I'm wondering why he didn't just sell NFTs like other people, because there was so many success stories surrounding NFTs back then. Even there was a story of a 12-year-old little boy, I think he was 12, that sold NFTs and made millions of dollars off his NFT. So why didn't he just sell it? I don't understand that. Maybe it's something I don't know about them, because I don't know everything about them. But I did get a chance to look briefly about look at NFTs briefly and learn a little bit about them from someone who was trying to show me, but I just could not get with it. But why didn't he sell them? Why was he trying to scam and get people to invest in it? And he created projects to make people think that they was going to get something back for their investment, instead of just making them and selling them like other people did. I don't get it. Maybe I'm off by something. Maybe it's something I don't know, but I don't get it.
Allegedly rug pulled a lot of these projects, but anyone who bought a JPEG of a squiggle for tens of thousands of dollars, they kind of had it coming. Buying this JPEG squiggle in the middle of the NFT mania, 3 years later, it's worthless. I remember seeing people buy that junk just a few years back, and I concluded that we are officially in the funny money era. Send it all to zero, and it pretty much did get sent to zero, because most of these, especially his projects, are worthless. So when that bubble popped, essentially Gavin's empire started to crumble. Prior to his arrest, he was living in Los Angeles with a TikToker that goes by the Stock Bunny and fellow arrested partner Gabriel Hay. So you have the story of a small town swimmer to an alleged LA scammer and a dude who LARPs as an alpha male. So I'm sure he probably has some really good life advice for us.
I only drink fruit juice. I eat cucumber. Let's say I'm thirsty. I go in the fridge, get some watermelon, eat some cucumbers. That's hydration. There's water molecules in those foods. If you're cooking a steak, what comes off of it? Steam. What is that water molecule? So I just eat raw meat. I eat raw chicken, raw tuna, raw steak. That's where I get my hydration from. I get my hydration from those fruits, from fruit juice. Water just dilutes the vitamins in your body. No, you never hear anybody say this, but try just drinking fruit juice and vegetables and fruits for a week, and you'll feel like Superman.
I can't believe that people invested their money with someone like him. I just can't believe that. He's talking about eating raw meat. I hope that was a joke. That's crazy.
Really telling people to eat raw chicken now. Yep. Okay, bud. Dude couldn't even leave it at the alleged crypto scamming. He also had to make people sick as well. What a great guy, man. So we know he got his money from NFTs, but where exactly did his money come from? Well, between 2021 and 2024, he launched multiple NFT projects such as Squiggles, Vault of Gems, Faceless, and a few others. In 2021, Gavin fully entered the NFT market conveniently right when everything started blowing up.
You could be homeless, you could be anybody. If you had 10,000 pixels and you launched a project, you made instantly 7 figures.
Bro, I don't think you guys understand how easy it was to make money at the end of 2021. Like, you could have been buying NFTs, flipping them. You could have been selling NFTs. You could have been selling services, marketing, making TikToks. Like, you literally could have been doing anything.
Yeah, man, you could have been doing anything. And he chose to rug pull over and over again, allegedly. And one of the more brazen ones was his project by the name of Vault of Gems, which claimed to be the first NFT project backed by jewelry, even showcasing a marketplace. Apparently, if he'd been telling the truth, these, I guess, tokens would have been backed by real jewelry. So this was promised to be the first NFT project backed by a hard asset, and he raised over $1 million for that and then said deuces. So right after the money landed, he bounced and went onto a podcast and said, yeah, the marketplace never materialized. Right. Okay, what are you gonna do about it, bud?
So this guy just straight got over on people, making them think that the project was backed by some jewelry company, and he knew he was just gonna run off with their money. He didn't even try to give them anything. Like, once they invested the money, he just ran off and stopped responding to them. So yeah, that was a total scam. It's crazy how people, again, I still just cannot understand how people was investing the type of money that they were into these NFTs, which to me, I know it may sound crazy. Maybe somebody need to explain it to me a little bit better, because to me, it was only pictures, images, digital images that seemed worthless from the first time I looked at them. They didn't seem like they was worth anything. I did see some that were kind of nice. There was some nice artists or some very skilled artists that did some nice ones. But some of the ones that was selling looked worthless. Like someone like a 3-year-old drew it and somebody put it up for them. It literally looked like a preschooler drew the artwork for most of them. So I don't know, y'all. If y'all know something about them, tell me in the comments, because I just could never really understand what was so special about NFTs.
All of that money, it doesn't just disappear. It goes into the economy, and there's so much money out there, and most of the people that now have that money are rich people that were smart, but everyone was making money. Your mom was making money, the homeless guy down the street was making money, you saw your Uber driver was talking to you about crypto and NFTs. So there was so much money around, and people could afford to get scammed for $500 on some stupid art piece.
And turns out he was also wrong here, because the money just did disappear. It was gone. In the projects he was a part of, the money just vanished. Where could the money be? Where is it, Gavin? I don't know. The investors want to know, and apparently so does the government, because then you have another project of his by the name of Faceless. It raised $420,000, promising movies, comics, and get this, charity donations. None of that came to fruition yet again, because apparently what Gavin did was hype up a project, promise a amazing roadmap with all of these goodies, and then once the money came in, see ya. And meanwhile, while he's doing all this grifting, he's running around on podcasts claiming that he's a self-made billionaire? Like, how is this a real person? And did he not expect that people would maybe start to question, hey, where is this guy getting all the money he's claiming to have? But things get crazier as, you know, when the targets are starting to get zoomed in on them. Gavin and his business partner, Gabriel, they start pointing the finger at other people for running the projects that they ran. So essentially, they were snitching on other people to avoid charges for themselves. And I mean, just going through his media content, it seems like the only people he wasn't screwing over were scammers.
If you tell me I got scammed, I will send you another like $200 or $300. And they're so confused by it. They're like, what do you mean? I did not scam, sir. And I'm like, okay, tell me, did you scam me, yes or no, not send you money? And they were like, fine, I scammed you. Let's see if you hold your word. I ended up sending them like $200, $300, and they were so confused. And they were just like, okay, let me get it done. Now I feel bad.
Yeah, let's just give scammers some extra money after they scammed you. Why not? I guess he just likes his own kind. And a report released in...
So you scam people, take their money, run off, and then the scammers, you give them money for telling you the truth when you need to give those people back their money that you took. Make it make sense, y'all.
2023 revealed that actually 23 million individuals now hold NFT investments that have become completely worthless due to scams like this. And there was actually an unnamed project manager who tried to expose Gavin for this behavior. But this is where the stalking allegations come in. Because when this person tried to expose Gavin, Gavin apparently started dumping where he lives, a bunch of personal information, and even contacting this guy's parents. So let's just count the charges here. We got wire fraud, check. We have conspiracy, check. We have stalking, big check. So you would think maybe he would spend all of his time, I don't know, managing all these scams to make sure he doesn't get caught. No, instead he's spending his time going on to podcasts trying to convince the world that he's actually a billionaire.
I'm the youngest billionaire in the world right now. I can explain this in a way that might sound crazy. I'm a billionaire. Let's think about it. Does a billionaire have a liquid $1 billion in his bank account?
No.
Okay, so is he actually a billionaire? No. Like liquid billionaire, no, I'm not a liquid billionaire yet. Probably will be mathematically soon. But I'm a billionaire because, number one, let's just say I can...
He asked you a simple question.
...mil a month. That's like 12 mil a year. You do like a money calculator since it's like a hedge fund.
Hold on. So this man sitting up here calculating, you know, like he is a billionaire, but he's not. So he's calculating to when he will be. So stop saying you are. If that's the case, I'm a billionaire too. Because if I do the math, yeah, I'm a billionaire too. These people is crazy.
It's not close to $1 billion though.
In the hundreds of millions. And then other businesses. I'm a Web3 wealth manager now. Like I own a hedge fund, manage money for people. If I went in the chat today and was like, I have this huge opportunity. Everyone give me $500,000 that can afford. Probably could raise about $50 to $100 million right there. So
that's not $1 billion. That doesn't mean that you're a billionaire.
Right.
Is over $1 billion. Hopefully $1 trillion soon.
Right. Yeah. Hopefully a trillionaire soon. Right. It's not like doing the calculation of that would be very difficult. It's just like, your assets, subtract your debt. Congratulations, there you have your net worth. Not all these like, oh, but I control these things and I can get people to invest here and here and here. Okay, no, you don't own that. Dude just essentially spent 48 seconds there proving to the world that he is not a billionaire.
Exactly.
The only thing he has is a PhD in yapology. But while he was doing all this yapping on various podcasts, he ran the projects by the name of Sinful Souls, Clout Coin, Dirty Dogs, Moon Portal, Squiggles, and Roost Coin. And overall, he pocketed $22 million alongside of his co-founder and arrest buddy, Gabriel Hay. He then ended up funneling this money into various stablecoins and Chainlink. But obviously, there was a decent ending to the story as he was recently arrested in California in December. But I read the indictment and this is essentially what it says. First, they supported the NFT project. Then they would use their lies to gain buyers and investors for these projects. Then they would make these fake plans and share them with the investors. They had plans they never intended seeing through from the jump. Then they would actually hire people to complete different tasks for these fake projects. So these people would create assets and manage chat groups that they had just set up for these projects. But again, from the start, nothing was going to come from this project ever. They're just buying time. After the investors signed on, they would ghost them, and Gavin and Gabriel, the two Gs, would split the money between them. Sometimes they would use fake names or point to other people to make it seem like they had no involvement in these projects, let alone the fact that they were the owners. And of course, they harassed people who exposed them. So all around, I mean, they just sound like some great guys. So as of right now, this case stands as the largest NFT fraud ever prosecuted, and that's coming straight from the Department of Justice. Gavin is currently facing a maximum penalty of up to 20 years for each count of conspiracy and wire fraud, as well as a maximum of 5 years for the stalking charges. This case is currently still pending, but it's now been set with a specific judge. So it's really going to be interesting to see what actually comes from this. Will the government actually go hard on these guys, or will they let them off easy?
They should.
That will really set the tone for future prosecutions, because let's be real, this guy is far from the only dude that's been doing this stuff. But either way, YouTube thinks you'll enjoy this video. And hey, if you're new here,
yeah, that is crazy. I can't believe something like this happened. From what I was hearing, people were selling the NFTs and they were making them and getting artists to create the NFTs and they were selling them, not creating some big project and getting investors and scamming people that way. I guess people always find a scamming everything, so I guess that's what was going on. But it's crazy. It's not worth it. He was lucky enough to get people attention. Why not just give them what you promised them? Because then you wouldn't even be in this trouble. And this is something that you probably still could be doing to this day if you was honest about it. It's just crazy. Tell me what y'all think in the comments. I just wanted to show y'all this for those who know about NFTs. If you don't, look into it. But if you do, tell me, like, how was this possible? I don't know how, like, I don't know. I guess maybe I don't really know how they were working. All I know is they were images, and it seemed like people was just selling digital images. Some people had good artists, and they was nice quality or whatever, but that's all they appeared to be to me, so I just didn't ever see what was so special about them. Anywho, tell me what y'all know about them and what you think about this video in the comments. And until next time, bye y'all.